Okay, so we were going to start today with a poll, just to see how many are already members, or how long you've been members, just to gauge, how long you've been with HFMA. So if you can just enter your answers.
And it looks like we got a couple items in the chat too, Heather. So one person had mentioned 5 years, and another person was asking, what is HFMA? So HFMA stands for Healthcare Financial Management Association. All right, and Heather, I think you might be muted.
Sorry, so sorry. I've been talking here. Gotta love when that happens. But it looks like we have a really good mix. A lot of people are not yet members, so a lot of this will be very new to you. We'll be going. So we're going to be going through what the benefits are. We'll do a demo of their website, and then also give you tell you a little bit more about our chapters, to the chapter side of things too. So with that, let me go ahead. I'm going to stop sharing my video for now, and I'm going to go and start our presentation. So if you have any questions, just pop them into the chat along the way, and we'll go ahead and answer those. Okay. Okay, so with that, let me get started. All right, and Brianna, you can hear me and see my screen?
Yes, I can.
All right, sounds good. So many different screens these days. All right, so and I do hope you all are healthy and safe, and happy Monday. So we are HFMA. So I wanted to first start with saying welcome to HFMA Enterprise Solutions. Our enterprise membership continues to grow each month, and for the first time ever, we hit the over 56,000 total members, and constantly growing each month. Our enterprise members make up about half of that number, so we're so thankful to our members and their support. We're going to go over a lot of resources that you can access for your career development today. Feel free, again, type in into the chat box if you do have any questions along the way. Just a little bit about ourselves. So HFMA, Healthcare Financial Management Association, has been around since 1946. You can see with the 3 circles here. Many times we always refer back to these 3 circles. Our goal is to try to bring together professionals from all across the healthcare continuum to collaborate and deliver value. We want to make sure that HFMA is a critical component to your professional career. We have lots to offer, but if there's ever any feedback you have for us, never hesitate to reach out and let us know, because we always welcome feedback of what our members want to see from us. Here's just a bird's eye view of HFMA. So again, our 56,000 members, our 64 chapters in the US, 91% of all senior financial executives are HFMA members. 4 out of 10 members are executives. And then a little bit more detail here about HFMA. You'll see our conferences at the below here. So we do have live in-person events when we are not going through a pandemic. So many of our events have been kind of restructured to be virtual events. So these are events that are typically an additional, they aren't included in membership, but there is a discount for enterprise members always available. So so stay tuned and always look out for our live events as we have them throughout the year. And then in this slide, this will give you a snapshot view of the HFMA members by their career stage. So wherever you are in your career, we do have resources for you. And then for those that are non-members, I'll show you these how to join on our website. But here is a snapshot of how to join if you're not already a member. So you can visit the hfma.org. You'll click on membership, and you'll go down to the employees of enterprise organizations and confirm now. Now, as long as you're using your Mayo email address, it will not prompt you for a code. It should be pretty, it's a seamless join process. So you just have to create an account and then follow that through the membership creation. It's kind of a two-step process when you're joining for the first time ever. So you can just, if you wanted to even screenshot this, you can always screenshot this too and join that way. Now, if you have a team that you would like to enroll and you want to, you have a team of 20 people and you'd like to have them enrolled, we have a bulk upload automation process that we can certainly do for you. So if you're interested in that, feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, everyone can individually join by just following these instructions. If you're unsure if you have an account, you can always try by signing in with your Mayo email address and doing a forgot password, and you can go that way too, or again, reach out. All right, so now let's get into the member benefits that you have access to. So here, I'll be taking a tour of the website a little later to show you where you can find these benefits. But first, we have our HFM magazine. That's our print publication. It goes out monthly, and it has industry trends and updates and so on. We've actually just launched a digital version, so so you can view it in the app, HFM magazine, and or you can even view it on our website too. But you'll also, as long as you're a member and you've opted into the print publication, you'll get a print copy as well. And then you can also, even with the app too, you can get push notifications and such. So it helps, remind you that, and you actually will even get it sooner too, because the digital version is available the day it comes out. And of course you have to wait a little bit for mail. So we also have our virtual conference. So this is the virtual conferences we typically have in the fall and the spring. And that one is included in your membership. We don't have a date yet locked in for the upcoming virtual conferences, so stay tuned. You also have chapter membership. We're going to save this for the end of the conversation today, and we'll go over more details there. We also have podcasts available on any podcast app, or you can also view that on our website as well. One is the Voices of Healthcare. In this podcast, we do talk to the movers and shakers in the industry as they highlight the happenings in healthcare finance for you. And then we also have a second podcast series called Cup of Joe, and this is where our CEO, Joe Pfeiffer, interviews heavy hitters in the industry. So you can check those out on Wednesdays, and again, any podcast app. A lot of great topics. There's a telehealth. I think there are a lot on telehealth right now. So check it out if you're interested in podcasts. We also have talent management and talent development tools, including our HFMA's online career assessment. We have industry-leading e-content and regulatory updates, including special reports, case studies, and white papers that are published exclusively for members. With our website, there is a limit of how many articles you can view each month, but when you're a member, you have full access to everything. We also have an online community available, and it's a great way to connect with your peers. And then we also have different channels to interact with. So our LinkedIn, our Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. and such. So connect with us, and then of course exclusive access to HFMA education. So here is where we're going to go. We're going to go into all of the education benefits that are available to you. So you have access to everything you see here. And we offer webinars. So we have over 50 annually. If you miss one, if you miss a live one, you can catch an on-demand one for up to a year after. The live webinars are CPE eligible. And then we did, I would always check back almost weekly, because now more than ever, we've been adding webinars almost on the weekly basis. We're just adding a new one for next week titled The Overview of CMS's Mandatory Models for Radiation Oncology, ESRD Care, and that'll take place on October 19th, and that'll be on our website tomorrow. So it's always good to check back weekly if you're interested in seeing what webinars we have coming up, because they, sometimes they come up fast. So we also have online education courses. So there's over 70 courses to choose from, and they do cover a range of topics, including healthcare finance. We have our Business of Healthcare online program, which is a really great foundation for all staff, healthcare finance and non-finance. It's a great it's just a great introductory to healthcare finance. It is CPE, CE, and CME eligible, and is also Module 1 of the CHFP certification. So if you are interested in the CHFP certification, you would take Business of Healthcare first. Once you pass that successfully, you wait about an hour, and then you'll be able to enroll in the Operational Excellence exam, which would then, once that's passed successfully, would give you then your CHFP designation. So here's the certificates that I'll speak more about, but these are these digital badges that we now offer. But our PFC and our PAE, I wanted to talk a little, I wanted to show you the visuals there. Let me go to the next slide here. So our Patient Access Essentials, this is great for frontline staff. It's an online self-paced course. They have, 4 self-paced courses that include the revenue cycle overview, customer service and patient satisfaction, the importance of insurance verification, and a day in the life of a patient access superstar. It also includes the downloadable and printable quick reference materials for you. And then Patient Financial Communication is also another great program for your frontline staff. It does include the 3 courses, Advance of Service, Time of Service, and Emergency Department, and also does include our printable and downloadable job aids. And this was developed by our by HFMA based on the Patient Financial Communications best practices. I'll stop here just to see if there's any questions I should answer here.
No questions on the material. I know some people were asking about if the presentation would be available, and
yes,
you will be sending that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I will share these because you will even notice that some of this, I've added just additional slides just to show a snapshot of where to view on our website. So stay tuned for, you will get these slides after. So then with our certifications here, so we have many that will to suit different needs. So the first we have our CRCR. That gives revenue cycle, or that gives frontline revenue cycle staff the insights they need to succeed in today's contemporary revenue cycle environment. The CHFP that I spoke about, it provides a broad range of business and financial skills to your workforce. Certified the CSBI, which strengthens the credibility of experts using data to make business decisions. The CSPPM, which arms anyone tasked with improving medical group practice operations. CSMC, which reinforces the nuts and bolts of managed care issues as they relate to healthcare reform. And the CSAF, which recognizes expertise in financial reporting and statements for healthcare environments. So a few to choose from there. And we also, and here we have a poll too. So if you wanted to take a moment to let's see who has started a certification or who is interested. Great. Looks like a lot of people are very interested. And for all those that have started, good luck, and hopefully you're finding that it's useful and relevant for today. Great, thank you. All right, so I will go into, when we go into the website, I will show you where you can find a little more detail on, because I did give you just a very quick overview on these certifications, but we'll go over where to view that information shortly. And then here again is are the digital badges that you can retain. So once you pass the certification successfully, in a couple weeks, you would be getting an email from Acclaim, and they handle our digital badging. So you can then use this digital badging and place it in your LinkedIn, your profile, your signature, anywhere. It contains metadata behind it, describing the qualifications, the credentials, how you earned it, when you earned it, and when it'll expire. So it's a great thing to showcase, all that hard work you put into that certification. All right, and then here's a snapshot of the education page. We have this learning paths where I will show you where how to get to this, but I did want to mention this for anyone that's going to have the PowerPoints. There's a link right here to these learning paths, and it'll show, if you click on revenue cycle, we'll give you the courses and certification that we recommend for that path, and so on. And then with our, and then here's just a little information about our community, and I'm going to show you this in live too, but it's a great way to stay connected. You can crowdsource answers. You can't find an answer and you want to just tap into peers. You can type your question there. We have many different groups to choose from too. So based on topics. So I'll show you that in just a bit. And then here's just a little, a quick view of the different groups we have. If there was a group that you really think we should have, certainly let us know, and we're happy to take those suggestions. We've just launched this, gosh, maybe about a year or so ago, and then we relaunched it with a more advanced platform. So it just continues to grow, and it's really great to see, people getting answers in real time and just connecting. And especially now when we are so, remote, and sometimes this interaction really helps. So when you are a member, you will get a monthly e-newsletter that is for our enterprise members, and it just spotlights the different benefits that are available to you, any updates that we have. We let you know, webinars that are coming up, and we spotlight different testimonials from other people and how they what they like out of their membership, to help to give any ideas and help you along too, so that you're getting the most out of your membership. And so with that's let me take you on a tour of our website here. So here is hfma.org. I am already signed in. If I wasn't, though, you would see a sign in here. If you're not yet a member yet, you would go to the membership tab right here. And this is where you'll scroll down, and you'll just go to the organizations, and where it says employees of enterprise organizations. This is where you'll confirm now, and you'll follow this process along. Again, if you are using your Mayo email address, the system will recognize you, so it won't ask you for any kind of discount code or whatnot. And so it's pretty seamless join process. If for some reason you weren't using your Mayo email address, it will ask you for that discount code. But that's where you'll confirm. If you know you have an account, but you just don't know your password, just click on the Forgot Password. And as I sign in, so when you first get started, definitely take a look into your profile. This is, update any information that maybe is missing. So it's going to take a moment here, but bear with me. The most important is the recovery email address. So always fill this in if this is missing, because if for some reason we cannot reach you from your work email address, this gives us the opportunity to reach you in that alternate email. And then you'll see your primary address here. So this is your mailing address. This is where anything that we have, you know, the HFM magazine, this is where this is where we will ship that. The address listed in here is just going to be for your organizational address. So it's really just for, it's just in your record. So this one, the primary address is your mailing address. When you're in here too, and if you're new and you wanted a quick overview of the website, you can click on this YouTube video and it'll show you a quick tour of the site. And then here is all your, this is where you get to, your privacy, your membership information. So this would show you your, when you would expire, your My Development. So any courses, if there's any maintenance for your certification, because now certification is included, and that includes recertification too. So some of our certifications do require recertification after every 2 years, and you can find that information there. And then you can also enter maintenance requirements too. If you had education hours to log, you would do that. So you would do so in your My Development. Your My Chapter, you can see which chapter you're assigned to there and even update that. And then we have, and then here's the other ones I wanted to make sure we went over is the For You settings. So with the For You, we have this tab up here in the top left corner, or the middle corner, the middle of the page. This is kind of a personalized page for you. We have a lot of content on our page. So as you saw on our homepage, there's a lot there, and we know that everyone's specialties are different. So we have, so we've made this For You section where you can select the topics that speak to you. Maybe you want the whole bucket. You can just click on that, or maybe you don't want a few things and you just unclick. So pretty easy. You just click what you'd like to see, and then that becomes your new For You page. So you're getting content based on those the needs that you identified. So it'll show you events for you that are coming up, courses. So it's a really great, personalized homepage. The other one is your My Communication Preferences. So this is another way for you to kind of curate what you'd like to see from HFMA. And it's just going a little slower. So let's see if I can. Okay, so here's where you can check off which newsletters you'd like, because on top of our print publication, we also have digital newsletters as well. So I definitely recommend, if you're not already signed up with our HFMA Daily, that learns what you like to read. So it will, and it pulls from many different news sources too. So it's not just coming from HFMA. And then it's going to kind of get smarter as, the more you click on certain topics, it will kind of learn what you're reading, what you like to read about. You can, so you can just unclick or click anything that you see here that you'd like to personalize there. The My Favorites is that if you have any, if you favorite any articles that you're reading, you can favorite them and you can go back to them at any time. And My Referrals. My Referrals is only Mayo Clinic already has an enterprise membership, but you can also refer people outside of Mayo Clinic and earn $25. So if you know people outside of the organization and they are non-members, you can certainly, click on the My Referrals and send them their link. They get $25 off and you get $25. You get a $25 gift card. So that's the profile information there. You can, we also have here the My e-learning. So anything that you enroll in will show up in your My e-learning. And this is where you can launch you launch the courses and view from there. Okay, so you'll see the different courses that I have, and you can just launch them right from here. And then, and I won't go into the community quite yet, but let me just go over our different tabs that we have here. So here's where you can find our topics. So our HFM, if you are interested in any past articles, we do have everything archived. So you can read the digital format here if you'd like to. Otherwise, you can also download it. But then if you want to see past issues that we've had over time, you'll see that here. All right, sorry. We also have, our blog, our podcasts are here, the different topic areas you can choose from. And then we have our industry initiatives here. So you can click on any one that you'd like to see. Our career development. So this is where you'll find all of our education. So our education is here, and you can filter by topic, by type, delivery method, date. So lots of choices here. And you can go just click on coding, and then you can see the different coding courses that we have. If there isn't, there are times where there may be a subject that maybe we don't have it listed by the title here or the topic, but we could have a lot of information out there in terms of content with articles and such. So, certainly if you don't see a course or so, search the topic using the search function, and you may find a lot of information just that way, in terms of fact sheets and trends. You'll see how they're named right here, the grouping that it's in and what type of article it is. You'll see that we call that out there. But going back to education, we have our learning paths that I had mentioned. So if you click on, say, learn more, we'll show you the proficiency goals and then the courses that we recommend from there. You'll also see career self-assessments under our career development, our on-site education, if interested, digital badging information, and we have a job bank as well. But let's go to the certifications so I can show you a little bit about more about the information that appears. So if I click on Learn More, you'll see different, you'll see the details, the audience that it's for, the career level recommended for. If there was any advanced preparation or prerequisites, we would call out that information here. And I apologize, it's a busy time, I guess, with the internet. There we go. So you'll see a description, course outline, assessment information, a lot more detail for each course. And let's see if I can find one. I think this one actually has a, so you'll see with our CSAF certification, we do note, whether 2 or more years in healthcare, field of study. So you'll see like recommendations like that. And I've already enrolled, so it already says launch, but you would just click on enroll for free. If you're ever prompted to pay for a course or education, then something is wrong there. So just let us know, and we'll look into your member record there. So that's the career development tab. The next is our tools. So we have a peer review. If this is great, we have, if you click on the tool, the peer review tab, so we have a short list, and you can see the products and services that are on the short list by just going here. And our buyer's resource guide too. So if you're looking for a product or service, you can, it's kind of like the white pages or so. Our MAP initiative information here. You can find a chapter right from this tab as well. So if you're looking for a chapter, you can just click on the state and it'll give you the link to their chapter. Any events that are coming up, you'll see here. So you can view our webinars that are upcoming in the career development or under events. So here you go. Our live webinars, we have 11 upcoming. So there's a lot coming up in October. And then, and they just keep coming. There'll probably be a lot more added before November too, so. And that, and then the last thing I wanted to show you then is the community. And I must say, so Chrome is always a preferred browser. So if you are having any issues accessing anything on our site, Chrome does tend to play nicer. So that's just a little tidbit. If you're interested in watching a video of the community and how it works, you can click on here in this YouTube video. But here is just a home page, so it's going to show you recent activity with the that's going on in the community. So it's going to be updates from all of the different forums that we have. And if you want to see all of the groups, you would just go to all of the groups and choose the groups that you'd like to see. If anyone is familiar with HFMA from before we did our overhaul to our website in the last year and a half or so, we had something called forums, and we had a payment and reimbursement forum, a legal and regulatory, a CFO, a revenue cycle, a forum. So those now live within our community, and so you can view them right from here. If I were to say, go to the payment and reimbursement one, you'll see we have, so there's articles, discussions, there's a library. So always take a look to see what's in the library too. There could be more information for you to review there, and more tools at your fingertips. You can see the members of the group, mentions and such. So hopefully pretty self-explanatory. But but when you're in here too, it's always good to go to your profile and to update your profile, and then update any settings too. So it's much like any other social media site. You will get notifications as they come in. So this is where you get to kind of edit those settings. For email digests, you can, if this says not subscribed, it means that you are going to get the updates as they happen. So every time someone posts something, you're going to be notified. If you don't like that, if it clogs up your email, you can choose to change that to daily or weekly. So you'll get an email a day stating everything that happened, or you can choose a weekly one, whichever you prefer. The subscription, so anything you're subscribed to, you can unsubscribe here. The notifications, this takes a couple extra minutes to go through, but this is where you really can determine what you want to be notified for. So I always suggest take a little bit of time there to update those settings. If you did have any, if people were contacting you, you'll see you'll have notifications here. If someone is messaging you, you'll see that information here as well. Under our communities is also our member directory. So you can also find members this way by typing in their first name, job function, organization name and such. So you can and you can connect with them that way. It doesn't give you their contact information. It just gives you the ability to contact them through our website. So that's where they'll get a notification through here. But back to the groups here. So I definitely recommend our open forum. That's a great one to start with. And maybe looking into some of our other forums that we have that relate to your role. But definitely the open forum is our is kind of the perfect start. If you have any questions about the guidelines and what you can and cannot post, we also have our guidelines right here. So so if you have, always check there if you have any questions. And then we even have a FAQ document too, if you're interested. Any questions so far? I know we're going over a lot. And I can't see the questions, I'm so sorry.
Nope, there's nothing that has come in.
Okay, all right. Well, then with that, let me then bring it over, hand it back over to Brianna then.
Thanks, Heather. And let's see.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm so sorry. I can share my screen so I can share that PowerPoint again.
So while we're pulling that up, I will launch a poll. So just curious if any of you have engaged with your local HFMA chapter, or if you're familiar with what the local chapter can bring. And while you guys are voting, I will just talk a little bit about the local chapters. So like Heather was mentioning with the communities, the key with the local chapter as well really is connection. And the local HFMA chapters can help greatly as far as connecting. So as you can see on your screen, there are many local chapters. There are 64, and it looks like many of you have not or are not familiar with your local chapter, so hopefully this will be helpful for you. So as you can see, I know many of you probably are based either in Minnesota, Arizona, Florida, Wisconsin, and of course we have chapters in all of those states. And just because you can only be a member of one local chapter, you actually can opt into a mailing list or multiple. So for instance, if you were interested in what education other chapters might be putting on, opting into another chapter's mailing list would be a great way to find out what they are putting on for education. So if we go to the next slide. So the key here really is partnership. So our goal at HFMA and at the local chapter level is to provide value to members. HFMA local chapters can help provide development opportunities for staff, and that can come through a variety of ways. It could be through volunteer leadership roles, through education, or networking at the local level. And of course, that's taking place in a virtual capacity right now, but chapters definitely have not stopped providing learning and networking opportunities. I'd say, if anything, they've really just gotten more creative in how they're engaging. And there are quite a lot of volunteer opportunities at the local chapter level. And of course, there's a host of reasons why you might want to volunteer depending on your position. You can learn and develop new skills, gain valuable experience, expand your network, and increase your visibility. As a chapter volunteer, you're able to get involved and interact with other members in an even more granular way than if you're just an attendee at an event. So on a personal note, I volunteered for my local chapter for many years before coming on board at HFMA, and my volunteer experience definitely helped me develop relationships with people I probably wouldn't have gotten to know, and helped me push myself outside of my comfort zone, developing leadership skills as well along the way. So if you are interested, in getting plugged into your local chapter, we'll have some links on the next slide, but I would definitely encourage you to reach out and And first of all, select your local chapter. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Heather, but based on your address when you sign up as a member of HFMA, it does pre-select your chapter, but you can go ahead and change that if need be. But once you get emails about events and whatnot that your local chapter is putting on, I would encourage you to get involved, especially with some of the networking opportunities. Because like I mentioned, even though many of that's not in person anymore, there's a lot of virtual ways to still engage and volunteer. So, like I mentioned, we put a few of the links for the local chapters on this slide, and we'll distribute this, of course, too. And then also on the HFMA website, you're also able to get to the list of chapters, and their websites are hyperlinked there. So I will hand it back over to you, Heather.
Thank you. All right, so here's just a few more emails, some information, some additional resources for you. So if you have any issues, becoming a member or have any questions about your benefits, feel free to email our esmember@hfma.org. So that just goes to the entire team, but you can also email me directly. So both of those I'll get, but my information is right there if you do have any questions about anything that we went over, and anything that came up that maybe I didn't answer today. Then we have our education team. So if you have any questions about the education that we offer, you need assistance with suggestions or whatnot, you can certainly reach out to our e-learning team. And then, of course, our chapters email box to chapters@hfma.org. If you have any questions about getting involved with that local chapter, you can always reach out there as well. So we hope you found it today helpful, and there's a lot. I threw out a lot of information at you, so. So hopefully I didn't overwhelm you guys. Was there any other questions that we can answer today?
No questions in the chat.
No questions? Okay. All right. Well, again, if you do have any questions after today, please reach out to us. We are happy to help in any way we can. We just want you to get the most out of your membership.
We have one question, Heather, that just came in.
Yes, so let me go ahead and I will let you know how long your membership is here. Okay, so your membership, so Mayo Clinic, their membership will end 11/30/21. So yes, so our enterprise membership does typically go for 3 years. Mayo Clinic came on board December of 2018. Any other questions? Hello again, everyone. All right.
One question, are the courses recommended for career advancement?
I think that will be that would be an internal question. I don't know any requirements that Mayo has with the courses that we provide. Yes, so once, so if, say, Mayo decided not to renew for with the enterprise, yes, your membership would end then potentially November 2021, unless you would like to continue your membership individually.
But yes, like you pointed out, it would all be dependent on renewal.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, there is normally a cost for membership.
Yes. Yes, typically the cost, an individual membership cost is $435 a year.
So this is a really great benefit that Mayo is providing for employees.
Okay, so one question is, do your webinars, are they approved for HFMA CEUs? I'm not sure. I'm sure they do qualify for education credits, so they may, but I don't know for sure if the answer of that for sure. Does the certification need to be renewed? Yes, we do have certifications that every 2 years they do renew. So that would include our specialist ones. Not all of them are, not all of them do need a renewal. And so I will go ahead and I'll pull up a document here. And I'll share this one too, because this is a really great chart that compares all of the certifications that we have available. But you will see, here's every certification we offer, the recommended roles, any prerequisite information, the cost, of course, at no cost to you, and then course materials, the assessment information, CPE, CME, credit information, assessment retake, recertification maintenance requirements. So this is where it will show you if you need to recertify every couple of years. So I believe almost all of them, I believe every single one of these except for the CHFP and the fellow, you do need to renew every 2 years. Any other questions? Well, I do thank you for your time. I know I'm sure you all are very busy, so thank you for taking time out of your day to meet today. Again, I hope you can you'll find everything you need from us, and if not, please reach out and stay safe.
Thank you.
And thanks for all the work you guys do.